What's up, everybody? I'm Clay, and I do want to say thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for understanding that YouTube is now run by AI, and it is allowing discussions about news, cryptocurrency, and NFTs. That's all that this video is. It says it's allowing general discussions, news, and educational content about crypto, blockchain technology, and of course NFTs as well. And that's all we're doing here. We're going to go over this news article. We're going to be talking about Shiba Inu coin's open interest. We're going to go over the price action in Bitcoin and SHIB and the overall market. So let's do it. Now, right now, sitting at a level of 12 fear, we've jumped up from yesterday's level of 11 fear. And prices are green over the last 24 hours and over the last hour. And they're starting to turn green over the last 7 days as well. Now, it doesn't feel like it's green for a variety of reasons. Number one, because we're still so low compared to where we were a couple of months ago. Bitcoin trading at 120,000. Now it's down to 60,000. Ethereum was sitting at 4,900, almost $5,000. Now it's at $2,000. You see, people always look to the best to now. And when you do that, we of course are in very negative territory. It is feeding the fear, the emotion that is out there in the market right now. This level of 12 extreme fear has not persisted like this historically. Think about that. We are going through a time right now where prices are still elevated. $67,000 Bitcoin is great. Ethereum sitting at $2,000. These are great prices. It just doesn't feel that way because we've been in a prolonged period of extreme fear. We have not seen extreme greed since 2024. Let that sink in for a minute. And look, prior to that, even the bear market in 2023, we weren't sitting in extreme fear. The plague that's hitting the cryptocurrency market right now is unlike anything that we've been through. And I know that when we get through it, it's going to be that much better of a bull market rally. So let's take a look and see what these guys are saying about Shiba Inu coin's open interest and of course the selling pressure that's keeping it from moving higher. It says derivatives interest in Shiba Inu coin has gained weight over the last 24 hours, but spot traders remain skeptical, adding renewed pressure on prices. It says data confirms a rise in open interest, suggesting the more speculative traders are betting on Shiba Inu coin to make a move from here. Now, despite these token holders remain uncertain about the asset's next direction, resulting in persistent inflows into exchanges. So here's some of the key points. Derivatives interest in Shiba Inu coin has gained weight over the last 24 hours, but spot traders remain skeptical, adding renewed pressure on prices. Shiba Inu coin is up a slight 1.3% in the last 24 hours, following the template set by Bitcoin and other major cryptocurrencies. Of course, the overall market is rising today. Bitcoin's up about 2%, Ethereum's up about 2%, Solana up 4%, which is nice. But of course, Shiba Inu coin is essentially following suit. SHIB is up that 4%, and it's not Shiba Inu coin specific, it's overall market specific. Now, it goes on to say that in the last 24 hours, data shows an 8% rise in open interest to $75.6 million in tandem with a slight price increase. Now, typically, such an uptick precedes a notable price shift as it reflects growing market participation and higher liquidity. Fingers crossed that it shows the same thing this time, and we do continue to see an increase in price. Amid the derivatives enthusiasm, data shows that spot traders are still skeptical, as $7.78 million in Cardano flowed into exchanges, or an ADA, flowed into exchanges in the last 24 hours, while $7.3 million flowed out. While these flows are increasing, the positive bias in trading volume across spot and futures markets still provide fuel to sustain the uptrend seen in the last 24 hours. Guys, nobody knows what tomorrow brings, right? Nobody knows if the open interest in Shiba Inu coin rising is going to guarantee price action tomorrow. But what I do know is that if you don't participate, you can't receive the rewards. If you're unwilling to ignore all of the fear, you'll never see the gains. So I am simply willing to continue accumulating